We all know that losses are a part of day trading, but what happens when you hit a real losing streak? This week, I had to face that, and for the first time in over 3 years, I actually made it through that losing streak without blowing an account. Today, I'm going to break down exactly what I learned in my 4 step plan to becoming a better loser. But first, let's see if the streak continues or if I was finally able to break it today. Okay, I'm looking to get into an A short here. I definitely had some FOMO. There were other trades that I wanted before this one, but I had to wait for my actual setup. So now I'm triggered in.
And jump. And you might think, what if I fall? Well, what if you don't? What if you fly?
Okay, I passed my discipline challenge again. That is 3 in a row. So that's the best that I've done since starting here on YouTube. Okay, so I'm in this A short. It had you can about an 18-point stop, 18, 19-point stop, and a 27-point TP. So let's see what happens. I won! Losing streak is over. Yeah. I was I went in today thinking like, okay, it's entirely possible that I'm gonna lose again and the account's gonna take another $100 hit. But I'm just gonna wait for my setup and I'm gonna take it. That's what I did, and I'm really happy this one won, and I can come back on Tuesday long weekend this weekend. So I can come back on Tuesday, I think just feeling a little bit better having ended the losing streak. Step one for me was having a patience based goal or patience based goals. When I started this funded account, my goal wasn't to get a payout or to, flip the account in 2 weeks and get some money and then start over. My goal was to keep the account for at least a month and to actually get some meaningful stats from the account because I've never had that. Um, I wanted to slow it down on purpose, to not chase something quick. And I think that mindset shift really made it easier to handle the losses this week. The next step in this was risk management. I needed to start putting risk management first, or I would keep blowing up accounts and I would keep losing. After Monday's discipline fail and my biggest loss of the week, I took my own advice and some advice from you guys in the comments, and I cut my size. I went from 5 micros to 2 micros. It wasn't like I hated looking at it like, okay, now my winners are only going to make like about $120 instead of $300. But on the other side of that, I was totally comfortable risking and losing $100 a day. That comfort level of that $100 day loss limit just helped me to stay calm and stick with my plan, even, you know, on Thursday when I lost again and hadn't had a win all week. My next step is to have discipline rules that stop the meltdowns. I've blown so many funded accounts and eval accounts that I know now where I break down. It's with revenge trading, taking random setups, and sizing up with the mentality of, a make it or break it YOLO trade. My rule of one trade per day, sizing down to 2 micros, and walking away during the trades stop those bullets before they could even start. These rules were designed for this, to stop me from having that one big blow up day that wipes out weeks of progress. And it worked. The final thing that I think really helped me to survive these losses, this string of losers this week, was detaching emotionally from each individual trade or the outcome of each day. In the past, if I definitely by the second day, after I could take maybe one day of losing trades, but by the second day, there's no way I would have taken a loss and then been like, okay, I'm done for the day. I would have been like, no, I'm making this back. And I either would have made it back and made money, or else I would have blown the account. So for me, this was the hardest part. To help me do this, I stopped watching my trades again. So I went back to just putting it on, setting my stop in my TP, and leaving. I know yesterday, um, maybe doing that hurt me a little bit because my TP was 34 points and the trade went 32 points. So it came within 2 points of my TP and then reversed. But I can't watch them. I can't get emotional about the trades, and not watching is the thing that stops me from doing that. And I'm not obsessing over every tick. So, really, that helped me to detach emotionally from this. And then the other thing was I had to really work to not focus on making back the money. So, when I sat down on Tuesday to trade, I didn't end up taking a trade on Tuesday, but I didn't go in Tuesday thinking, I got to make back $372 from yesterday so that I can be up on the week. I just let go of the week and accepted early on, okay, this week might just be a losing week, and that's okay. If I manage it, then I can keep my account and not do too much damage to it. So I really work to focus on the process over the outcome. $100 red day didn't really affect me very much at all because I'm finally focusing on the long game, not on getting a payout this week or in a certain time frame. So it's just, I guess it's really the focusing on the long term and sizing down and everything and not watching has just really helped me to detach emotionally from the outcome of each trade. Thanks for watching. If you like the video, leave me a like, comment, subscribe, and join me on my discipline challenge. If you think that your discipline could use some work, then I would really encourage you to look at doing something similar to what I'm doing because it really has helped my trading in this past. I think I've been on YouTube for like a month now, like a full calendar month, and it's really made a huge impact on my trading, having the accountability and just this sort of stronger focus on the discipline, on the rules, and on my patience. So if you think it could help, let me know in the comments. And if you've mastered becoming a good loser in trading, let me know if you have some other tips for that in the comments as well, because I made it through this week and now I know that like I can do it again, but I'm still not going to be just like wonderful at taking a loss, especially on a funded account or like a real money account. So let me know if you have any good tips for moving past the losers and getting through losing streaks. All right. It's a long weekend this weekend, so I will see you Tuesday.